actually educate, inspire, and make you think. The future is now. Topics and music that affect your life from Universal Broadcasting Network. Tune in at ubnradio.com.
Everyone is a product, and everyone needs marketing to succeed. Let's talk about it right now on the C-Spot. Going to market with Wendi and Peter.
Oh, I'm supposed to talk now.
Yes.
Hey, Peter, here we are. It's Thursday. What day is it today? It's Thursday.
Thursday, May 8th.
May 8th.
2014.
Yeah, and we're here at the C-Spot. This is the place where we ask people, what's your bag? And we help people talk about bringing their products to market. Well, sometimes, right, Peter?
Right, sometimes.
That's the gist of the show. We'd like to think we're a business and marketing podcast or a radio show, but
yeah, but
sometimes
we run the gamut, but it's always interesting information.
Yeah, and today is really a great show because at the last minute we were going to have Anthony and Huchiku on.
Right. Yeah, it was going to be Anthony and Bart from the Reclaim Wood business, but they had to reschedule at the last moment,
right, because
unfortunately.
Anthony was getting a cold, kind of like my sweet
No,
Peter.
actually,
Peter
Alicia will have to send out our thoughts, or her aunt, her favorite aunt, is passing away, and she wanted to spend time with her.
Yeah.
So she had to go to New York, and
Okay.
Anthony had to be with the kids. And we
So-
send our love to Alicia.
Yeah,
Alicia.
Alicia. All right. So
sorry.
anyway, so today I know that we have our first amazing, wonderful, beautiful, the whitest teeth in show business, or actually the whitest teeth in DC. So if you're watching right now, Katie, you actually have the whitest teeth in Washington, D.C. She's cracking up, I'm sure. Anyway, Katie, Peter, I'm going to introduce real quick because we've got two guests today.
Yes.
And Katie is in Washington, D.C. She is from a company called BuySafe. And Katie White, hold on, Katie, I'm going to introduce you properly. Katie White, she is the Enterprise Sales Manager of BuySafe. Katie currently works at BuySafe as an Enterprise Sales Manager. And BuySafe, actually, you guys, is a very cool company. And it's going to be really interesting for Katie to explain how they can increase conversion for e-commerce sites. And her current role, she helps online retailers grow their profitability by maximizing the consumer shopping experience. And that's all I'm going to say. Katie, I love you and welcome to the C-Spot. It's about frickin' time.
Thank you, Wendy. I appreciate it.
So, Katie, say hi to Peter.
Hi, Katie.
Oh, hi, Peter. Hi, Peter. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Katie.
It was a while ago, Katie, that we were in Florida together, and I think I posted a picture of us on Facebook or something, and Peter asked me, who is that beautiful woman?
Yeah, that is right.
He did.
And here she is on the show.
That's right. So, Katie, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Can you tell us a little bit more about what you do, who you are? I've known you for many, many years because you have been in the direct response industry for many years from the association side. And then a few years ago, you left the trade association side and you went to work with BuySafe, right?
Yep, that's correct.
So
yeah, Wendy, we've known each other for a very, very long time. I think we met probably at a ERA event, I'm assuming, right?
Probably, because that's where you were working. But Katie is a whippersnapper, I have to say. That's a great word for you, Katie. She's intelligent, smart. So, Katie, we have about 15 minutes, and I would love for you to share and talk to us about BuySafe. But first, I also want to get the right URL so people can open up another browser and be looking at your company's website as we speak.
Yeah, so it's just buysafe.com. So it's BUYSAFE.com.
Now, explain to us what BuySafe is, please.
So what BuySafe is, it's a guaranteed shopping program. And so we use that term because we find that when people shop online, they tend to have different concerns, right? As you know, Wendy, it's a very impersonal buying experience, right? You can't feel the product, you can't talk to somebody.
Right.
So our goal is to make the consumer have utmost confidence and feel very, very safe when buying from an online merchant. And so what we tend to find is that when consumers shop online, they tend to have three main concerns. The first one tends to be, is my identity going to be kept safe and secure? There's been a lot of identity theft in the United States, and so we want to definitely address that issue on the front end. The second one tends to be, is this a reliable merchant? Are they going to live up to their terms of sale? I want to make sure that I'm getting the product that I'm about to buy. And then the last one tends to be people are very concerned about getting a good price, right? They want the lowest price. So what we do is we provide 3 guarantees in each of those areas to help the consumer feel confident. And then we find when consumers have confidence, they go ahead and they make the purchase, and we help drive overall profitability and sales.
Okay, so let's say I have an e-commerce site, which I do, and I'm looking at my conversion, and I'm seeing that I'm getting a lot of traffic to my site, but yet my conversion rate is pretty low. Right, so that's always, traffic to a site and conversion rate being low. You have to take that information and you have to analyze. Okay, what is that all about, right?
Exactly.
And Buy Safe is a vehicle basically that actually makes the consumer feel more confident. But there's a lot of them out there that do that. Like there's lots of little things and icons that people can put on their websites to make consumers feel confident. What really is the key? What really differentiates Buy Safe from anyone else?
Yeah, definitely. So what we do is we find that by providing tangible benefits. So, for instance, we have 3 guarantees, and the first one is a $10,000 blanket identity coverage. So basically, if the consumer site identity would be compromised at any time within 30 days of the purchase, whether it's online or offline, we would cover them up to $10,000 in identity protection. And then the second one is a purchase guarantee. So basically, we'll partner with different e-commerce sites, and we're going to support them on the terms of sale. If for some reason something were to go wrong, if the merchant were to go out of business, if they weren't to live up to their terms of sale, we're then again to make the consumer whole up to $1,000.
So you're
and
like
then the last one.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. You're
like an insurance policy.
In a sense, yeah. Like we're backed by Travelers and Ace and Assurant. We're really kind of just trying to create a peace of mind by providing benefits and, addressing concerns on the front end. And then we find that in turn drives up conversion.
Okay. What are some of the things that you guys find most challenging in convincing companies or people who have e-commerce sites? Wait, hold on. Now, it must cost money in order to work with Buy Safe. Yes?
Right.
No?
It does. It does. But so what we'll do is we want to prove our product to you, right? We want to make sure that you guys are happy it works, or are confident. So what we'll do is we'll structure our free trial period. We'll also put you into a split A/B test where 50% of the people will receive the product and then 50% of the people won't. And what we're going to do is we're going to compare that A bucket versus that B bucket and show you that impact we have on the conversion rate. So, we work with about 5,000 online stores, and typically we find that we help increase conversion anywhere from about 5 to a 7% relative lift.
Oh, that's fancy language. Relative lift. What does that mean? What's the definition of
relative lift?
I have a relative lift.
You're a relative.
Relatively speaking.
So relative lift is basically taking that baseline number conversion, right? Let's say the site converts at 2%, and we're going to look at that bump we have in the group that's all Buy Safe. So typically, if the site's converting at 2%, you can expect it to go to 2.2%.
And that's actually quite big. I mean, when you're talking about lifting sales, that's pretty meaty. Pretty meaty.
Yeah.
Pretty meaty,
well, and
Katie.
it's a very
meaty lifting. Come on, what are we talking about here today, ladies?
Our minds are always in the gutter.
Right.
Hey, Katie, your mind's always in the gutter too.
Oh well, yeah. I was including myself on
but
that.
But this is supposed to be about Buy Safe. So you're at work right now, right?
Yeah, no, I'm at work.
Yeah, they might be wondering what kind of radio show are you on.
So
I try not to divulge too much detail.
What kind of products are any e-commerce site, or is there certain ones that work better? That Buy Safe is better for, or is it better for like maybe products that have a high rate of return or are questionable, or maybe it's about those yell and sell commercials on television where you don't really know for sure if you're getting the product, like, it works, right? But a lot of times when you get it home, it doesn't really work. So maybe that builds consumer confidence on those type of websites. Can you elaborate?
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, we work with merchants in all different types of verticals, right? Everything from direct response to, the affiliate marketings to continuity plans to, more traditional brand retailers like Skull Candy, for instance. And we find that really it's interesting. The conversion rate typically tends to be right around the same point. We do tend to see a barbell effect. So we find
barbell effect.
Mm-hmm.
Did you make that up?
A barbell. I didn't make that up. But I can. This is what my VP of analytics always says. But it's basically where we find that we help sell more lower priced items. So we'll, sell way more, $10 items, right? And the merchant will see that. But where we also find a lift is where we sell higher ticket items. So that's where it kind of goes like a barbell.
Oh, yeah.
And it kind of makes sense because the higher ticket items, people tend to have more concern about, right? They might come to the site, they might do a little research, they might come back. And so there's a little bit of anxiety about purchasing that big of an item on an online store. And so that's why there's an effect of when we sell higher ticket items as well.
So can you explain how how a company gets a hold of you, and then walk us through a little bit of the steps that a new client of yours might need to go through? How easy is it to integrate into the site? Is it difficult? Do you have to do some obvious coding or things like that? We have about 5, 6, 7 minutes left.
Yeah, exactly.
And it would be great to know, so that you can benefit from this appearance on the C-Spot.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. So it's very easy for merchants to enroll in a free trial. Basically we ask for a one-page form where we'll set up their account. And then once we set up their account, we'll take a look at their website. We'll create some mock-ups for them so they can see versions of the product, how best practices we would display it. Then we'll jump on a quick installation call to implement the product. And really, implementation is very straightforward. It's about 15 lines of JavaScript. So I'm not the most technical person, but
you and me
even
both,
I think
honey.
I might. Yeah, even we are. It's very easy to implement. And basically, what'll happen is we break it down into 3 steps, and we also are very platform agnostic, so we can, integrate. We have special instructions for Magento or 3D card, custom platforms. It's pretty straightforward. Most of the installation calls take about 30 minutes.
What do you see where do you see the most traffic and conversion coming from these days? I don't know if you can answer this question or not, but is it mobile? Is it desktop? Is it tablet? Do you have any idea? Just say no, I don't, Wendy, if you don't.
I wouldn't want to go 100%, but I have been reading a lot more about how mobile traffic is increasing a great deal. And I think that just makes sense because, people have their phone on them
all the time,
hours of the day. I mean,
yeah.
I basically sleep with mine,
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. It used to be that we would make these commercials in direct response. We'd make these commercials and we would have to get people to, this is how old I am, everybody, that we would have to get people to walk over to the phone. We didn't even have a freaking walk around phone, right? We'd have to get people, we used to say, we've got to get them up off the couch and over to the phone, right? And so you had this whole, you got to order now. And then it became the phone was next to them. And now you can just, and then there was a whole controversy of, well, do you drive them to the web? Now they got to get up and they have to go to their computer, right? Now they just have a phone, I always say, and I advocate the fact that you don't really need an 800 number for certain items in your commercial because all people are sitting there with their phone right next to them, their smartphone right next to them. And so it's, I want to always put in my commercials like, pick up your stupid phone, dude, and, call or, go online right now. It's pretty easy. It's sitting there in your lap. But I don't, because I have to be respectful of the human race. but you know what I'm saying? It's like it seems as though it should be easier to get people to transact, but there's such a a flood. There's so many e-com sites, and then there's so many different different places that sell your product. You know, there's eBay, there's Amazon, there's Shopify, there's is Shopify, is that one of them?
Sounds like one.
Sounds like one. There's so many different ones that, you know, it's almost like cannibalism in a way.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's always the age-old question that, you know, we would always kind of bang our heads against at ERA, right? Like, did they buy my product because they saw the infomercial, or did they, you know, read something about it on Twitter, or did they, you know, see a picture of it on Instagram? It's like very interesting. So I think, you have to be kind of everywhere, right? And, you know, you have to have a good social presence, and you have to make sure that you're taking care of your consumers, because those people are going to come back to you if they feel taken care of. And that's a lot of what our program also helps with, is the lifetime value of the customer and converting those first-time shoppers.
I think I'm going to put it. I'm going to test it on EasyGoPro.com. Let me give myself a plug. EasyGoPro.com. If you really want to take a nice poo-poo, all you have to do is go buy EasyGoPro.com, my little toilet stool that I just launched a new website today. So
wow, very exciting.
Yeah, it looks awesome. I'm so proud. And if you go there, you'll see I put this thing on there that actually it's doctor certified. So you know, I just put this little. So
you have like a certificate.
It's like a doctor saying that this is certified, right? So it gives people peace of mind. It just gives them peace of mind that what they're doing on the site, or what's on the site, is actually, you know, true.
Yeah, it's a very smart idea.
Yeah, it wasn't my idea, but yeah.
So Katie, Wendi would be a prospective new customer.
Right.
I'm really curious, what's your big pitch to her on the ROI aspect of her investment in BuySafe?
Yeah, so we guarantee all of our merchants at least the 20x ROI.
And that's a what? A what?
20x?
20x.
What's
so 20 times your investment?
Jesus, Katie, talk to me in English. 20x.
So for every dollar Wendi gives me, I'm going to turn into 20.
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
Really? Mm-hmm, yeah, but you didn't ask her how many dollars.
I'm like the candy man over here, Wendi.
Yeah, I know you are. That's a different story. hey, Katie. But isn't that all relative to how much money I have to give you?
Well, right. So what we do is we charge a small percentage of the gross sales, and then what we'll do is we tie that back to that ROI. Yeah. So
yeah. So you have to. That's all in your analytics, and then you're running your metrics and understanding, you know, what you can afford and things like that. As far as, but if you're going to give me $20 for every dollar I get, for every dollar I spend, every dollar I give to you, you're going to give me 20 back. That doesn't make any sense. How you stay in business? Sorry.
Well, because they're not giving you their money, but you're earning $20 off the dollars you give them.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
because we're going to show you it. We're going to show you an incremental lift that is going to offset that cost.
Right. Okay, so Katie, once again, it's buysafe.com. Right. Buysafe.com, and it's Katie White. And if people want to get a hold of you, because there's a million people listening and watching right now, and I know that your phone's just going to light up.
I love it. I love when the phone lights up.
Wait a second. Do you have lights on your phone? No. Anyway.
I do.
Oh, you do?
Kind of like no, I'm just kidding. It's like a rave dance comes
on. Okay, so let's get serious. It's Katie White. Katie White.
And you can email me at kwhite@buysafe.com, or call me. Call me at 703-965-4648.
I can see Katie doing this right now. She's going like this with big white teeth, right? She's going, call me.
Right. Fortunately, we've seen her beautiful picture on the screen, but we haven't seen her, so that's a good impersonation, Wendi.
Thank you. Well, I know Katie really well. Katie, thank you so much for being on
Wendi,
the show.
Thank you so much.
You know,
and congratulations on Easy Pro. I'm excited to to see that.
Easy GoPro, honey. Easy GoPro.
Easy GoPro.
Order one. Just don't congratulate me. Just go online and order one. Damn it, and
Fine.
tell everybody about it.
I am. I'm gonna tell everyone about it.
Okay, and we
'Cause
also
you gotta stay regular. Right?
that you got to stay regular.
Yes, you do.
You got to stay regular. You'll even have better breath if you stay regular. If you use Easy GoPro, you'll have better breath. That's a good one.
I like
hey,
that.
Katie.
I like
also, Peter. We need to talk about just real quick. Flexi FLEXII Splash Guard. Okay, this is 19-year-old inventor. She has a Kickstarter campaign that she just launched 2 days ago. We would love, and can you help us with this, Katie? Can you spread the word? We would love people to just go on Kickstarter, and if it's just $1, it would really, really help. She's a 19-year-old amazing young girl, and it's a really cool product so you don't get wet when you're doing the dishes. So,
Oh, awesome.
all right. So I know
That
you'll
sounds
help
great.
us out with that. But anyway, Katie, you know I love you, and I hope to
Yeah,
see
love
you
you
soon. So
Definitely. Hopefully, we'll see each other soon.
all
Nice
right.
to meet you, Katie. Thanks for coming on
Yes.
the C Spot Going to Market with Wendy and Peter today.
Peter's good at
Yeah,
that.
thank you guys. Thank
All
you guys
right.
so much.
All right, we'll see you soon. Ciao.
Okay.
Bye, Katie.
Bye.
Peter,
That
now
was
what
great.
do we do? All right, so we're going to come back from our break with our guest,
Yeah, we
All right.
have a very exciting second half of the show coming up still.
right?
We'll hear a word from our sponsor, and then we have a very special guest right here in studio.
Oh, look at this, everybody. I forget I'm on video. Turn down the audio, Peter. I'm going, turn down the audio.
Right, so we will
We'll be right back.
be coming back after this word from
Our sponsor. If you need direct response television media planning and buying, then Direct Avenue is your best bet. Besides being a media specialty, direct response television advertising is the smartest form of advertising today. Direct Avenue is a short form media agency where direct response meets branded television advertising. It takes master planning, negotiating, buying, tracking, and reporting to run an effective advertising campaign in order to have sustainable growth. I've been nothing but impressed with everyone at Direct Avenue. As a CMO consultant, I need to feel connected to the entire supply chain of a campaign, and I trust that Direct Avenue is doing the best job possible. Direct Avenue understands the urgency in planning, negotiating rates, flexibility, and agility in leveraging relationships that allow for a smart and efficient media test. The leadership at Direct Avenue know their sweet spot, and they stick to it. These days, media planning and buying supported with the best systems to track transactions from phone, mobile, web, social, and search back to your media dollars is what it's all about if you want to grow your campaign and deliver a robust ROI. Direct Avenue has been around for a long time and delivering great services for many years. In fact, here's the number of Scott Kowalczyk, the CEO. 760-579-4210. That is his direct number. Again, it's 760-579-4210. Or you can go to directavenue.com, check them out, and get a free analysis for your campaign. When was the last time a CEO gave out his direct number on radio? Well, that just goes to show you what Scott's all about. So call Scott at 760-579-4210.
And we are back.
We are back. We are back. I am so excited because I have our next guest is actually in studio, and she's a good friend of mine. We met about 4 years ago, and I had no idea who the hell she was, and she became my friend. And then she went back to Italy, and I realized that she was kind of famous in Italy. So, Claudia Morandini.
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 Please. Yeah, Italian style.
Yeah, Italian
you're good at
style.
that,
Claudia.
Wendy.
Claudia. Anyway, Claudia is, I have to read this because her resume is so amazing. She was a pro skier. She is a sports TV host, and actually she hosted the Sochi Olympics in Italy on Italian television this year. She competed for Italian national alpine ski team from 1998 to 2008, racing World Cup and the Europe Cup, Italian champion in slalom, holy shit, slalom and giant slalom discipline, which is... Is she on camera yet?
Yeah, she's on camera.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
which is amazing.
Yeah, unbelievable.
When you look at her to think that, how do you do that stuff?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how I was, skiing at that time, because now I'm out of training. But yeah, it was the greatest experience of my life being an athlete and competing at the highest level.
Yeah. Here's what I'm going to do, because we didn't prep you. Talk really close to the microphone.
Oh, okay, sorry.
And then you have
Oh, I
this.
should
You
be
have this.
used to that.
Yeah, you should be.
Yeah.
Hello. And this hair right here, I feel like you're gonna eat it.
Okay,
I don't want you to.
Oh, okay.
No, it's fine. It was just sticking right here.
Okay.
And I have to be honest.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah. So.
Right now I've got the split screen with both of you, and it's like I'm looking at beautiful twins. Unbelievable.
Well,
Oh,
that's because you.
you're
Thank
not-
you, Peter.
He's not the first person who said that. You know that?
Really?
We are really similar. I don't know.
Yeah.
There is a reason why we met each other 4 years ago, probably.
Totally.
And actually, we haven't seen each other in 4 years, so that's even more amazing. We were having dinner last night, and I said, "Oh my God, you have to be on my radio show tomorrow," because Claudia, you're only here for a short time.
Yeah. For a couple of months, actually.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So here, let me continue.
Yes.
All right. You have. I know that you have your own line of that you're designing your own line of ski wear, and we're going to talk about that. You're writing a book. We're going to talk about that. And you write for a lot of sports magazines. You're a model. You do the big giant events, right? You're a host of special events on television also, right?
And
If-
live
if-
also.
and live, right? And you can, if you go to, you have a website, it's just Claudia Morandini,
That's correct.
.com.
Yeah.
.com, it's not .it.
No, it's
IT.
com.
It's com.
I'm international.
Oh, you're international. Whoa, hot stuff. So, because we only have about 20 minutes and we have so much to talk about,
So much.
and I know Peter probably has 1,000 questions, but I'm not going to let him say any of them. No, I'm kidding. Claudia, tell me, because we have a lot of authors on our show, and I really want to hear about the book that you are writing. Are we revealing the fact on the C Spot that you are writing a book, or does everyone in Italy know? Or
No. Well, this is a kind of surprise. I'm writing this book for 7 years now. Less. One day I just found out my journal. The journal that I was writing when I was here for the first time in 2008. So I was just curious to read what I thought, what were my feelings at that time.
yeah.
And now I'm commenting what I wrote before. Okay?
So let's put this in perspective for
Yeah.
everyone.
So
Claudia, you came to America because I'm married to an Italian, and he basically came to the U.S. he was an athlete, and he came to the U.S. for the same reason. He would come every summer, and just because Italy is a beautiful place, but you never want to really live there too much. Actually, I love Italy, Italia, but it's so different to live in Italy than it is to live in the U.S. And this is what brought you to the U.S., right?
yeah, probably the first reason was because I was really disappointed for our relationship. I just broke up with my boyfriend, and I had a lot of expectation from this relationship. So I just needed to escape from Italy, and then I just quit skiing. So I was in this. I was totally out of balance, I'm telling you. I didn't know what to do I didn't know even who I was at that time, because, when you quit skiing, you quit to be an athlete, you have to reinvent yourself and create
especially
yourself.
at the level of athleticism that you were. I mean,
Right.
You were a prominent skier.
Yeah, this was my work,
Yeah.
being a skier. So I was totally out of mind. I didn't even know what to do in my future, and I just wanted to leave. So I came here just visiting for the first year, and then from that time I'm coming here every year for a couple of months here in Los Angeles. And basically in this book, I'm in this manuscript, because it's not a book really right now, okay? It's gonna be, I hope so. I'm writing about my adventure, my 7 years adventure here in Los Angeles. The reason why I came here, how I was the first time I've been here, and how I am right now,
Yeah.
and also the goals goals were different. Because I arrived here and I wasn't really prepared to be and to leave Los Angeles because, here is everything is amazing. You know?
The first year that you came here, the first time you came here, where did you stay? Because you were telling me earlier that, you lived the life of Beverly Hills, you lived the life of Hollywood, you lived the life of Venice, which is when I met you, and you live the life of now you hang out, you're staying in Manhattan Beach, which is where a lot of athletes are. You realize that all the basketball players and everybody's in Manhattan Beach. So where did you come first? You came to Beverly Hills or Hollywood?
First, I was just visiting a friend, a skier, and I was in Venice. And then the second time, I rent an apartment with a friend of mine in Beverly Hills. And this was the time that I stayed here more.
That was when I met you.
Yeah, exactly. I tried all the different places here in Los Angeles.
Because they're all very different for people that don't know, especially if you're Italian fans or listening or watching or will watch this. Just in Los Angeles, the culture of the lifestyle when you go from Beverly Hills to Venice to Manhattan Beach to whatever, Hollywood, are so very different.
Yeah, and you change your life and you change the way of your life. I was trying everything. The first 2 years probably I was thinking, okay, I want to stay here. I want to stay here because this is the place where I really
Dreams
feel
are made.
Free. I'm really feeling myself. So I want to stay in Los Angeles in some way. But then I just changed because I was just looking. I was really looking forward to stay good with myself wherever I was. Okay.
Yeah, you were looking for fulfillment. You were looking for happiness.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And this city really inspired me to find myself and to find my position in the world. So I was having a good career in Italy. I was already hosting on TV. So I was happy about my life. But at the end of the season, I just wanted to escape, from reality, from my life. I wanted to come here and improve my English, getting ready to do whatever I want. So basically, I'm ready to finish my manuscript now because I came here because I was disappointed because of love. And now I'm going back happy and I'm staying here in Los Angeles just happy without expectations because of love.
Yeah.
So everything turns around love and love for life, love for men, love for myself.
Yeah.
So it's a kind of spiritual travel that I've done in myself. And
that you want to share.
And the main character is Los Angeles in this case.
Yeah. That's really interesting because, isn't that interesting, Peter?
Yeah, it totally is.
Because when you look like you look, because I remember the first time I met you, I walked into someone's house and I saw you standing in the kitchen and I went, whoa, who is... Okay.
I mean,
because just this beautiful.
Oh,
you
this
can
is just
see her on
blonde
camera,
hair
but she also
with
looks like she could be Cameron Diaz's little sister or something.
Yeah, for sure. But then I had no idea that you were a pro athlete. I didn't know anything, right? But most people come to Los Angeles and they're searching for something, right? I grew up, I've basically been here most of my life, except for when I went to Europe searching for something and I didn't find it. I found it the opposite.
So you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. But the problem is I'm not going to say. I'm not even going to say. But what's really great, I think, is that you're putting it all down and you're sharing it because it really brought you into this whole new spiritual realm of you not only understanding who you are, because a lot of people would love to trade places with you. I mean, if they go online and they see you, well, hell, I want that life, a lot of people would think.
Yeah.
And a lot of times what you see on the exterior isn't always doesn't transform to fulfillment and happiness on the inside.
Yeah.
And this is the journey that you've been on, and it's kind of you're going to share it.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't write this manuscript, this book, for selling. This wasn't my first goal. I wrote that because it was my therapy, and I think that sharing with people this kind of adventure, this kind of trip that I've done in my life, maybe can help people.
Yeah. It's like who's that lady that wrote the book? Love, Eat, Pray, Love.
Oh, right.
Eat, Pray,
I
Love.
don't know her
Have you
name,
read
but
that
yeah,
book?
Eat, Pray,
No,
Love.
I didn't.
Yeah,
know.
she went on like this journey of but she went to Italy.
Oh, really?
Okay, and then she went to India.
I want to meet this girl.
You know, then there's a movie. Julie Roberts was in the movie, right? And it's called Eat, Pray, Love.
Oh, yeah, gotcha. Okay,
right?
yeah.
It's kind of almost the same
Yeah,
same
it really
thing,
sounds similar.
right?
Ama prega, I know.
What? Say it in Italian.
Yeah.
Say it in Italian.
Tell me again in English.
Come si dice?
Eat,
Come si
mangia,
dice in
prega.
Italiano?
Mangia, prega, ama. Oh, I love that movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
This was similar.
Yeah, similar, but not really, because yours is going to be better.
I hope so.
Yeah,
And it is interesting that you came to Los Angeles and kind of had a spiritual journey, because a lot of people come to Los Angeles for
and
almost
have
like a materialistic
Yeah,
journey.
they have a superficial journey.
Yeah,
Right.
totally.
Well, this is what happened to me the first year, or maybe also the second. But then I just found that I was lost.
Yeah.
At one point in my life, I felt, oh my God, I'm lost. What should I do now? So I just started to look inside.
Well, it's great that you realized that you were lost, and I think it's wonderful that you're going to. I think the manuscript or the book will be really wonderful. It is very difficult to bring them to market a book, but I'm anxious to see what you do with it, because there's some creative things that you could really do with it to make it exciting. But I want to talk more, and I want to talk about the clothing line.
Okay. So, well.
Because, this is the Claudia Morandini brand we're talking about
Right.
here.
Yeah, we're talking about the brand. And of course, like I told you, my work is to be a presenter, a TV host, and whatever. But you have always to be open to accept what life offers to you. Okay, so this is my work, but every time I have to rebuild myself, because the secrets are never get old, never get boring, and just trying all the time to reinvent yourself. So it happened that a brand, a company, just trust me because they saw me on the snow, and I was fashion on the snow. I'm not the athlete anymore.
No, you are
with
freaking
really
you're
technical
fashion.
stuff, or clothes or whatever.
This woman does not take a bad picture. She does.
I know
do
exactly
not.
how to do it.
Absolutely.
I'm photogenic though. I'm not. I just know how to do that.
Yeah, but whatever. Anyway,
Well, they saw that I was fashion on the snow, and I like to be fashion on the snow. So I'm designing whatever I'm wearing. So I'm kind of trying to do this business also to help this brand to develop. There's nothing really shining in my line. It's really clean, but it's technical, really nice. But it's simple, good color,
So
energetic colors, being simple, fitting good.
looking good,
Looking
good, but while being still being able to be active and be able to ski in it.
Yeah, but I think that the concept is to be a fairy on the snow.
To be a fairy.
That's your fashion inspiration?
Yeah, that's my fashion inspiration, because I think all the women on the snow wants to be also. They don't want to ski all day long.
Right.
They want to ski, but also look beautiful on the snow,
Oh,
and
yeah,
feeling
yeah.
free to be themselves.
Yeah.
So not so many things or colors, crazy colors, just a good line.
It's pretty
Simple line.
difficult to wear all of that stuff, and still look good. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's really tough, especially if you're not like super gorgeous, because it's tough. I have bad ears. I have to cover my ears. I have this. I have that. You got to wear glasses. You got to wear this. You have to be warm.
Yeah.
You got to be warm.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
And if people have another browser open, where can they check your Facebook and Instagram out to look at all these pictures of you in your ski clothing?
Well, I have a Facebook account and a Twitter account, an Instagram account, and my website. You can.
You take
see-
some amazing pictures are on your Instagram.
Do you like it?
Oh yeah, the one that
Yeah.
was you in the sun. When did you take that picture?
Couple of nights ago.
Oh my God,
at
that's
sunset.
gorgeous. Did you take? Who took it?
My boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was good. He was
Yeah.
good at that.
Yeah, I love the picture you have of you and him riding.
Yeah.
You're both on your bikes and you have that
Oh,
selfie.
yeah.
I thought
That's
that's so
great
cute.
picture. That's really good.
Yeah, because your boyfriend is a superstar.
Well, he's not a superstar, but I mean,
He's a cyclist.
He's a cyclist. He's a professional cyclist, and he's here training in California, and it's pretty good training here in Malibu and up and down.
They
to
train
the
a lot
hill.
here.
Yeah, and so he's going to race the Tour of California, Amgen Tour of California, starting from Sacramento next week. So we had the chance to stay here for a little bit And this is you know what? This was the first time that I've been in Los Angeles with someone from Italy. I mean, with my.
Yeah, because usually you're here and you don't really want to hang with the Italians.
No, also because this is my secret place where I can come and stay by myself and be whoever I want to be and wear my flip-flop and be naked and be myself.
Because so in Italy, when you're around in Italy, do people really like go, oh my God, there's Claudia. Oh my God.
No,
Claudia.
not
Do
everybody.
People stop
in
you
a couple.
and
Well, they know me because of, especially people from ski world.
yeah.
But yeah, I think
It's almost
they are
like
starting.
it's not so
They
private.
are starting.
Yeah, because you're on TV a lot there.
Yeah, during the winter I'm on TV a lot. But I'm trying always to be really nice with everybody. So, and also I don't have a really huge social life. I love to stay at my place and recover after work. Anyway.
Yeah, well, that's kind of
But anyway, in this world they know who I am. Yeah, they follow me and. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you have a lot of followers on your, on your Facebook and many more than I do.
Well,
although I'm just gonna use your hashtag now.
Yeah, let's do something. Yeah, let's do something.
Peter, do you have anything you want to ask Claudia?
I mean, that actually brings up a good point. The whole social media. I know you're really into social media, Claudia, and you do so many different things. You come from the skiing background at such a professional level, and then you do TV at such a high level, like with the Sochi Olympics, and you're writing a book, and you're a model, and you got a clothing line. So you're really your own product. Like, it's you.
Yeah.
How have you gone about from thinking of yourself and branding yourself as your own product?
Well, good question. Well, the jump into the TV world was pretty easy because I started being a technical commentator for skiing. So I was talking about what I knew. I was talking about my passion and my love about skiing, so it was pretty easy, and I did it for the biggest sport TV in Europe, Eurosport, and then after that, I just got the possibilities that life gave me at that moment, and I started to host a couple of TV shows, and then I was just natural. I can tell. I was natural. I'm feeling really natural in front of the camera, comfortable, and especially on a stage because I have my own public in front of me. So it's really like racing a race, a ski race, because the adrenaline is really high at the beginning, but then you go with the public, you go with the people who are listening to you. Anyway, it was tough, and I did a lot of mistakes at the beginning because I didn't have a lot of experience in doing that. So, like, for example, for the dress code at the beginning, my dress code was not good for me because I was wearing like short dresses, and blah blah blah. And then looking at myself, I was thinking, okay,
your image was incorrect.
Yeah, my image was incorrect. Yeah. Because you need time to understand which one is your image or the image you wanna just share with people, and then now my image is a serious one. I love to just be natural. Anyway, going back to your question, I put myself on the market every day through social networks, through connection with people. I think I'm a good communicator, so I love meet people, talk to people, invent and be creative all the time, not to be bored, to do the same thing all the time, and it helps me to be open to possibilities and no fear at all. Do you want to do this one? Okay, 1 year ago. If you would have told me, do you want to design a clothing line? No, I don't know how to do that. And then I said, okay, try. You know this world, you know what is good, so try. I'm really curious, and I really like to try and teach to myself.
What's the clothing line going to be called, or what is it called?
Well, it's called Saxy.
Saxy or sexy?
Well, it's gonna be
How
sexy.
do you spell that?
But it's not so sexy because it's really you can be sexy also. Being, on the ski suit.
So it's like SOCK.
SAXE.
Okay.
So
Sexy.
you will find everything in the future on my social networks. But anyway, you have to stay really connected with the world. So I had an agent in the past, and I have not an agent right now because, I'm not telling I can be the agent of myself, but I'm telling that
you're looking. You don't have an agent right now. You explained it to me last night, but you're really looking for if there was an agent, you wouldn't say no to an agent.
Yeah, exactly.
But an agent that really had the same vision for you that you have for yourself.
Exactly. And sometimes it's tough.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because people can be judgmental or whatever
Yeah.
So all you agents out there, we've got a great catch for you here.
Yeah.
I think how can we're getting to the point
Yeah,
where
I
we're wrapping
know.
up. How
We have
can
to wrap
people
up.
reach you, Claudia? Give us the rundown of your social media and
I think they can contact me through Facebook or Twitter with private messages. I would prefer right now. But then I will be back to everybody, and I'm really looking for somebody who has, like you said, my vision.
Yeah, your
Okay,
vision.
I come from sport. Sport taught me the disciplines.
Yeah.
How to be strong, how to be,
how to set a goal and go after it, as opposed to set a goal and kind of throw your hands up when it becomes difficult.
yeah, exactly.
Right. And I know that. I remember when I first met you, you were doing this thing where you were trying every freaking sport. You were here and you were going to do every sport.
Oh, yeah.
Surfing, skateboarding, I don't know, every sport you were
Yeah.
doing. And I admired you for that, because it was like, how fun is that to do that? And you were
Yeah.
shooting it. I remember that you were
You
shooting
remember-
it, right?
Yeah, you know why? This is there is a reason why I tried all the sports. Yeah, first of all, because I'm curious and I like to try sport in general. But I'm not in a great shape like in the past. I'm telling you right now, because I'm a little bit more lazy. But second, because I think that if you want to speak about sport, you have to know
You have
what
to,
the
try
other
them.
people,
Yeah.
are feeling.
Did you ever?
It's easier.
Did you ever try to throw the frisbee?
No.
Oh
Can
my
we
God,
try
I
maybe
have
in
to
a couple
teach
of
you.
days? Yes, please.
I have to. I'll come down and we'll come down and I'll teach you like at sunset
Oh,
or
yeah.
something when the ocean is out, and I will teach you how to throw a rock and frisbee.
Wow.
All right, because that is a sport.
This is really American.
Yeah, it's
Yeah?
American, but it's a sport. Not
Yeah.
many people can do it.
I know.
Not the way I can, anyway.
Okay.
and that's
so
an
let's do
amazing
that.
tip you just gave people too. Like if there's something you want to do, you really have to live it and do it. you know?
Yes, I believe that also. I
Yeah.
believe that also, and that's kind of maybe that's our spiritual connection.
Maybe, yeah.
Is that I really believe that you have to look. I sweep the floors on a production. I have no ego. I'll be the last one. At tail lights, I'm the last one pulling out of the studio. And I should probably be the first one and everybody else clean up, but I'm always the last one out. Peter.
Yes, Wendy, it's about that time.
Unfortunately, we've got to wrap it up. You know what? I really want to thank our sponsor, though, Direct Avenue.
Yes.
So directavenue.com if you need any media buying or planning. That was great. And Claudia, how much fun.
Thank
I'm
you.
so happy to see you. I
Yeah.
swear to God, if you guys really knew the story, oy vey. Oh, my God.
Next time,
Maybe.
okay?
Maybe
Next
never.
show.
Maybe never.
Maybe never. It's okay.
But I am glad we reconnected, and I'm glad we got to spend this time together. And I'm looking forward to playing for some frisbee with you.
Okay, let's
and
do that.
meeting your boyfriend.
Okay, good.
Yeah?
You will.
Yeah.
At the end of the tour of California.
Yeah.
I promise.
And Peter,
Yes, Wendy.
next week let's just say who our guest next week is going to be.
Yeah, our guest next week is Adam Fugarski, who
Oh yeah, from
the,
Next Bag.
Yeah,
Yeah,
from
from
Next
the
Bag,
inventors thing.
Inventors Corner
yeah.
at the Housewares Show
At the
in
Housewares
Chicago.
Show. I can't wait for him to be on, because it's going to be fun to watch for him to be able to showcase his product. Make sure to go to the Flexi Splash Guard on Kickstarter, because she's 19 years old and she needs your support, definitely. And Peter's getting a little bit of a cold, so he's a little bit under the weather. You can check us out on C-Spot Talk Facebook page.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
And on Twitter at either C Direct Response or C-Spot Talk.
That is right.
Right?
And you can also find all of our previous shows on iTunes if you just go
That's
to the
right.
podcast and search for the C-Spot with Wendy
Yeah,
Cooper.
you go to Business and Marketing and you search for the C-Spot with Wendy Cooper on iTunes.
And if you'd like to contact Wendy, because she is an amazing
Direct response.
direct response
Rockin'
expert and will
expert.
take care of
And
everything
producer.
for you.
By the way, I am a writer and producer and a director of commercials. Go to cspotrun.com and you will see my commercials. I am going from here to the Edit Bay to work on Johnny V's commercials.
Amazing. And they could reach you at info@cspotrun.com.
Yeah, it'll just come to me. Or it's 1-877 I don't know, brush your teeth. Anyway, Claudia, thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you, Peter. I really love
Thank
you
you
guys.
for being here, Claudia. It was so wonderful to meet you and have you on the C Spot.
And
Going
our-
to market with Wendy and Peter.
Yep, and our outro is music by Tom Orsi.
Yes, the amazing Tom Orsi with the amazing outro music, and we will see you next week.
We will see
on the C-Spot.
we will see everybody next week, and this is where we do our dance, right? Because we're still on camera.
Right.
Cue the music.
Should I do it?